Hello, my name is Daisy.
Hey, my name's Alyssa.
And this is
Terrifying Talks.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump.
Hello, Terrifying Talkers. Today is Friday the 13th. Say something, Alyssa. So a lot to go to talk about today, actually.
So much.
A lot. We started doing some short episodes, which has been doing great, by the way. I think you guys are more attentive to the shorter ones than our hour and 30 minutes.
We just can't stop talking.
But bad luck for you guys. Happy Friday 13th. This is going to be a long one, bitch. So this is episode 18. And we're naming this one
Machetes and Mommy Issues. Can I start this off?
Do you want to start?
I have a little surprise for you.
Yeah. I already feel like I know what it is.
You probably do, but just act surprised.
This is the second surprise today.
No! Okay, ready?
Okay, hurry up. Oh, you're trying to make me fat. Can I bring these home, Loki?
You can bring something, yeah.
You got like 8 stuff
Shut
over there.
up. I just wanted to, have us celebrate Jason's birthday.
I know. It's June 13th. What's the year again?
1946.
1946. That bitch is old.
He's 79.
Oh my god.
But I was like,
am I opening this the right way?
should be. I was like, we're gonna celebrate his birthday.
If you could hear, I'm currently opening cupcakes because I'm a fat fucking whore. Look, yummy. I want this one because it has more sprinkles. Because I'm a girl. I like sprinkles.
I also like sprinkles.
I hate chocolate, so this is perfect.
I love chocolate.
So this is perfect. I hate chocolate.
I'm so glad I didn't just get chocolate.
Yeah, I would have fucking not ate them.
No, because I literally was looking at them and I was like, I don't know what kind she's gonna like. So I was like, okay, this one it is. And I was like,
fucking so good.
I was running because Breon's car was messing up. So then we were running late getting home. He really didn't want to stop at the store in case the car wouldn't turn back on. So I'm calling Elena. I was like, hey, can we go to the store real quick? And I'm looking at your location, being like, oh my god, we need to hurry. She's coming. And then as we're leaving the store, I'm looking at your location still. And like our time is like, it's like increasing. So it's taking longer for you to get to us, right? So I'm over here like, oh my god, we don't have that much time. And then it dawned on me that it's because your location was going to my location and not to the house.
Anyways, thank you for the cupcakes. This is wonderful.
welcome.
Happy birthday to Jason Voorhees. How do you pronounce his last name? I feel like I've heard people say different things.
I've never heard anyone say anything other than Voorhees.
Really?
What have you heard?
I don't fucking know. So happy birthday. Merry Christmas. You're fucking old.
Jesus. How are you still killing people?
Big facts. So we do have quite a few things that we wanted to talk about. Obviously, we want to step aside just a little bit of the Jason Voorhees because obviously Friday the 13th. We didn't want to go basic, but then we realized that it was Jason's actual birthday, June 13th, Friday the 13th. I thought it would have been
it all fit into place.
Yeah, so call us cliches, but it worked. But we did want to talk about like the lore behind Friday the 13th. I actually celebrate it. I know a lot of people who don't celebrate it. Like
all different Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I
mean, Elena and Breon got married on Friday the 13th. My parents got married on Friday the 13th.
Really?
Of different months, but
yeah. No, I think more people associate it more with like bad things.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I've always had a pretty decent Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like my Friday the 13th have always been good days. I feel like every other day is a bad day.
Today's just like a good, decent day.
Yeah.
No, I not just for, so I'm gonna just start off from what I've read. There's variations, and I know you'll talk more about it too, of Friday the 13th, like the number 13 being unlucky.
Mhm.
But I've also read that Fridays were unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like a double negative thing. And for me, like I said, it's not a double negative thing because, when you multiply things that are negative, they're positive.
Exactly.
So there you go. Did you want to talk about like the stuff that you found
I didn't
on
find
Friday
like
the 13th?
a whole lot, but I did find. Okay, don't quote me on it because like I kind of just skimmed it.
Jesus Christ.
But it said something about that it's unlucky because of Jesus.
Yeah, the 13th
Yeah.
guest, also
Yeah,
stabbed him in
yeah.
the back. I have not read the Bible, and you
I
can't.
have not ever read the Bible.
Okay, I lied. I have read the Bible before, but it's been so long I don't even remember how to spell, like, I don't know, names in the Bible. I don't even know how to spell Noah at this point. Isn't that a part of the Bible?
I've
don't
never
know.
read the Bible. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Anyways, yeah, so there's that. I also heard it's kind of similar, but it's with like Greek gods and Loki being unlucky for the 13th and all that other stuff. I think a lot of it is just stories of whatnot that happen to do with the number 13.
Mhm.
I don't think, and Fridays. So
Yeah, I did find. I don't know how to pronounce this word, but that the fear of it is called. I'm gonna butcher this. Paraskevidicatria. Why do they make phobia words so long and so hard to pronounce?
Okay, yeah. So, the superstition surrounding Friday the 13th as an unlucky day stems from a combination of historical, religious, and cultural beliefs. The number 13 is often associated with misfortune, while Friday is sometimes linked to negative events in religious texts. These beliefs, along with the impact of popular culture, have contributed to the widespread fear of this date. I wonder who, like, in like actual life truly believe that Friday the 13th is unlucky,
Yeah. Like, did someone just have a bad day and was just like, this is the day that all bad things happen?
Yeah. Judas is the 13th guest that stabbed Jesus in the back, right?
I don't know.
It says Judas.
If that's what it says.
But yeah, how do you feel about Friday the 13th?
To be honest, I love Friday the 13th.
What do you do? Do you do anything to celebrate it?
No, but I just kind of like feel at peace.
I get it. Do you think it's more of like the horror side? Because I feel like a lot of it too has to do with horror things. Like, I have a Friday 13th tattoo.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, so, you get tattoos a lot too. Tattoo shops typically do a 24-hour Friday 13th tattoos where they have, it's like $13, but you tip $31. And then it's like a whole thing, but I got this one. It's that's my first Friday 13th tattoo. I almost got a 13 tattooed on me. Because I personally think 13 is really, like, I love the number 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I really, the number 3 just kind of resonates with my soul for some reason. So I always go, this is funny, but I always try to go to like pump 3 or like, I like the odd numbers.
Mine was always number 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 has always resonated with me. So I like 13. I like Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Maybe we should do some things. Obviously not this Friday the 13th, but any other ones.
I'm gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes,
we're gonna skip the lore a little bit because there's not really much that we could say about it, to be honest.
I feel like it's all kind of
yeah. I think
it all leads to the same thing.
Yeah. just all of it just resonates with, like I said, 13th or Friday. So it's just bad disasters historically or religiously or whatnot. So it's not really. Have you ever heard of any like crazy Friday the 13th stories?
No.
I haven't either.
If you guys have any crazy Friday the 13th stories, let us know.
Yes, please. That'd actually be really interesting
Right?
to read. I would love to do.
If you guys send us your stories, maybe we'll read them on the podcast.
I would love that too.
Yeah?
I
That'd be
would
so fun.
love that. Granted, only do it if you feel like you could be made fun of. I can make fun of anything, anytime, anywhere. So to the movies.
Yes.
Yeah. So we picked out 3 movies.
Uh-huh.
We picked out the most viewed,
Mm-hmm.
the worst, and then just one that I wanted to do because you love me and you agree with everything that I say.
Are we talking about the one?
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
I don't know. So we could talk about the most viewed, which was Freddy versus Jason.
Bro, I fucking love Freddy vs. Jason.
I love this one. This is like, I have memory cords of this shit.
Yeah.
And I have so many questions now, right, as an adult rewatching these movies, because for me, this is like maybe to everybody too, because it was literal horror fucking like this is, it's never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, what do you call it? It's basically like history, dude.
Yeah.
It was, I feel like it's fucking huge because you don't get like shit like horror movies like that. You don't get the fucking
Like crossovers?
yeah.
Like, I always remember, like, how exciting it was as a kid when, like, your favorite cartoon would
Like,
cross over.
Zack and Cody
Yes!
and fucking Wizard of Waverly Place or like in that form. Dude, yeah, it was what's a cartoon one? Phineas and Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner.
Yes, that was a good one. I love that.
But it's just, there's something about crossovers and then you put horror in it. It's so much fucking cooler because in your head already, let's be real, you think about who there is in horror icons and who would survive who. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to see that there's, one of these two biggest, like, horror icons going against each other, fucking incredible. I mean, this is literally what I wrote down, I'll tell you. Fuck. I wrote super obsessed with this movie. It's not just a horror film. It's like, this is how I put it when I wrote it down. In SpongeBob and they're like when two worlds collide. No! That's how I feel. But yeah, it's just the backstories were really good. The fucking manipulation up in that bitch was so toxic. It was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. It was like having sex for the first time, but not really for the first time because the first time hurts.
What the fuck?
Does that make sense?
I wish it did.
If you're a girl, you know. You get it. Freddy vs. Jason came out in 2003. In the movie, it is technically 2007, I believe it is.
Really?
And I'll explain that a little later.
Okay.
So, if you don't know Freddy vs. Jason, and if you can't see by the title, it is about two horror icons face off in a supernatural movie. Disfigured serial killer Freddy Krueger, who attacks his victims in his dreams, has lost his powers since citizens of his town have become less afraid of him. Then he fucking manipulates violent murderer Jason Voorhees, okay? And it just becomes a whole fucking battlefield. It's literally when two worlds collide.
It was so good.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
I loved every second of it.
So, have you ever watched Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Okay, and do you know how in the dream they have, what's his name?
Oh my god, no.
Scary Terry! So Scary Terry. And he's like, blah, 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 bitch. And so, now that I've seen that, I'm like, that's so funny because I don't even think he says bitch a lot. In this movie,
he says bitch a lot.
He says bitch so fucking, it could be
We should have done a
drinking game.
counter. How many times did he say it?
I would so be down to rewatching it
Yes.
as a drinking game.
Oh yeah.
I'd be so drunk. He says bitch a lot. I was like, and it's like, it's almost like Scary Terry because he'll say it's sentence and he's like, bitch. And I'm like, damn, that was aggressive, sir.
You went hard on that one.
I said, that's not very feminist of you. Just kidding. That's funny though. But no, I also read like somewhere in the lines of that the colors that they chose for this movie was very intentional because they wanted to distinguish the differences between them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was really cool because they did, you know, Freddy Krueger is more red.
Yeah.
And he had like green undertones and stuff like that, just like his colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, Jason Voorhees had like blue.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, just you could tell not what was going to happen, but who was going to be around just based off the whole setting and colors of, you know, the scene. Like, for example, I realized when one of the first girls to die, what was her name? She had big tits. It was so nice. The one whose boyfriend died, he got smashed like a fucking between the bed. First of all, why do you have a guest bed that fucking sandwiches like that, but you have it laid out?
Wait, did it actually sandwich like that, or was he just strong enough to crush it like that?
To be honest, I thought it was just like one of those that.
I thought he just crushed it.
I don't know. That's kind of hot if he did.
Right?
Then I'm going to retract that because I don't know. But the chick with the tits, when she first died, I noticed that when, you know, Freddy was showing her, like, of, you know, her boy toy or whatever, you could see, like, the undertones of like the colors of like that it was Freddy, and that when it was reality, how much I want to say, like, do you know how Jason has like the smoky vibe and shit like that it was like that in reality. So I thought that was pretty cool to like look at and analyze and stuff and know, you know, just stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
The kills I thought were really great.
So good.
They were so fucking good. And I think the sense of humor of it all was a 10 out of fucking 10. It's just, I thought it was super funny. I love this movie. What do you think? No more Daisy opinion. Give me Alyssa opinion.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm on the spot.
Yeah, be on the spot. Lights, cameras, action, go!
Oh my god, I'm sweating. Bro, you want to know my favorite part? The fucking fight scene between them.
I feel like it's everybody's.
I can't help it. Actually, no. I really was upset when that nerdy kid died. My heart broke.
Oh my god, yes.
I was so sad.
Fuck, dude. What was his name? Here, hold on. I got it. Give me a second. Charlie.
Yes.
Oh, baby Charlie.
And he was over here like, no, just go, I'll be fine. And as soon as she runs away, he died.
He saved his last breath for. Oh my god. Imagine. That is so cute.
And then she died.
I know. That scene was probably one of my favorites.
Oh my god, when she was like talking so much shit.
I'm not even scary. You're not.
As she's low-key like backing away.
And she's like, you got these butter knives, and, you know, Jason's got this long machete, and she basically said that he had a small dick.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Just for him to be like, turn around.
I know, I'm gonna be honest, I think his facial expression, like Freddy's facial expression, so good. I truly, what's his last name?
Fuck! Let me see. Do you have it pulled up? England.
I love Robert.
I felt like I just had a fucking
as
stroke.
Freddy Krueger because the facial expressions that are done are so spot on.
So good.
So fucking funny. Like, okay, this is a really good example. Do you remember when they're in Jason's mind? Okay, like in his dream, whatever you want to call it. In his
was that
brain.
when he like was like?
Yeah. Okay. So in that scene, and they were fighting, and he's just dancing and he's like humping the air. He's like, boom, and pow. And then like just his facial expressions when he figures out the whole water thing, he's so sassy with it. He's like,
I know, right?
It's so fucking funny. And I hate that Jason doesn't talk because I wonder how funny it would truly be if
Right, like would he
talked.
just come back with like some quick shit?
I know.
What if he just said something stupid?
I think it's crazy that throughout every single movie he does not say one fucking word. He just pops up and he's like, bitch, I got you with my machete.
No, bitch, kill, slice.
To be honest, I don't know who does it, but he probably does.
Bro, I saw something about it. It was from the first movie. Oh god, what was it? Do I have it? Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the iconic ki ma 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 sound.
It's ma ma ma.
It's ma ma ma.
Ew.
It's a whisper from part 1 meant to imitate Pamela Voorhees saying, "Kill her, mommy."
You know what? I didn't know that. I don't know why the fuck I acted surprised. I didn't know that. I think I remember. I think it was somewhere on maybe like some social media, and I was like, that's not fucking true. They don't say that. And then it's like when you learn the actual lyrics of a song, and you're like, bitch, I'm so dumb because that makes so much fucking
Right,
sense.
but really, you thought it said something else the whole time. And it's something so whack from the song.
There's a song. We'll talk about it later. I'm not even gonna, because I'm not gonna embarrass myself like this. I already did. Okay, the iconic scene, okay, of the party, the little fucking high school party in a fucking cornfield.
Yeah,
Love it,
bro. I wanted to go to that.
dude. I think if there was any party I would want to go to, it would probably be that one.
Right?
That one or Project X, obviously.
God, I would die.
That would be so cool. Yeah, no, I think the plot of this movie was super good. You know Rey Mysterio's in this movie?
Who?
Rey Mysterio? WWE?
Really?
Yeah, he's Jumper. Yeah, so in Freddy vs. Jason, Rey Mysterio Jr. is credited as playing the character named Jumper. He also served as a stunt double for Robert I don't
England?
know. I don't think it's England.
I want to say it's England.
Okay, anyways, who played
I'm
Freddy
gonna
Krueger.
be so embarrassed if I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure you are. So he was the stunt double of him, and practically says, yeah, particularly during a fight scene where Freddy uses 619 moves on Jason.
I looked up how to pronounce it.
Robert England.
Yeah, but that's fucking Siri.
I don't care.
She says fucking
That was
stupid
not
shit.
Siri. That was on Google.
God forbid, Google's stupid too.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, I thought this movie was just beautiful.
The funniest part for me, I was watching it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like it started raining, and I just heard the low rumbles of thunder in the background as I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, this is a nice vibe.
I think this is also such a good like starter movie for people in horror
Mm-hmm.
because of how funny it really is.
Yeah, like it's a horror comedy.
Yeah. I just want to talk about the whole plot of the movie as well while we're here. So the whole thing was basically, I really enjoyed that Freddy started off with the monologues and decided that, you know, it like really gave in depth. He was like, yeah, I died and I searched the depths of hell and found Jason, which kind of puts me at like where like was Jason, like the timeline of the Friday the 13th movies, because technically, and I'll get into this more, technically this is in the same realm as the Friday the 13th remakes, or just like an order
I
of
feel like
the
I
line.
saw that. Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, and I want to see more, like maybe rewatch them all in like chronological order. Yeah, so that way it all makes sense, because I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose. Obviously, loved his monologue. Was like, yeah, let me pretend to be his fucking mommy because he's got some mommy issues. And awakened Jason and was pretended to be his mama and was like, bitch, go to Elm Street, those kids are bad, they need some ass whoopings. And he, first of all, I wonder how long it took him to get there.
Because he'd just be walking.
Dude, yeah, because where's fucking Elm Street versus fucking Camp Crystal Lake? And why did nobody see him walking the streets and highways and, you know what I mean? Like, imagine seeing this fucking big fucking person in a hockey mask and he looks halfway dead. Imagine he takes a bus.
So it said roughly going legally, that's about 8 to 9 hours of driving, because it says
That bitch does not have his driver's license. I'm gonna tell you that.
because it says okay, so isn't Freddie in Ohio and Crystal Lake is in New Jersey, unless I'm reading it wrong.
Let me see.
This one.
That's fucking crazy.
So what's 8 to 9 hours of driving converted to walking?
So, like, so many days. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not converting that shit. That's probably a long ass walk. And Jesus, I just could not imagine. Like, okay, let's say you're thinking Jersey and you're walking all the way to Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how the fuck are you not seeing this fucking person just
Just with a fucking machete in hand.
I know, like,
hockey
just,
mask.
like, ready for the day. And it's crazier because I'm pretty sure within that realm, you know, people know of Jason Voorhees because of all the murders and people have gone missing going to Crystal Lake. So is no one like stopping him? Does he get stopped? Did he stop at Manhattan first?
What if?
Yeah. Is that going towards Manhattan?
What if he stopped at McDonald's?
That man was hungry.
Yeah.
His stomach is, I'm pretty sure, exposed, isn't it? Yeah, because in the beginning it shows like his heart and his lungs. Like, it's like almost like a Twilight and Bella after she's gotten vampirism all up in her body and her body goes, poof. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Anyways, not the point. He goes to Elm Street and immediately I just was fucking killing people left and right. And I think, obviously, what made it a Freddy versus Jason was that Jason was taking Freddy's kills when he needed to get stronger.
Yeah.
In order to, you know, and he's like, Jason, okay,
you calm down now, I'm good.
She's like, back the fuck up now. You know, mommy wants you back home or something. And Jason's like, no.
No, I'm having fun.
Yeah, these kids are bad. I also wonder, like, okay, let's be honest. A lot of the time, Jason or, you know, Friday the 13th movies have a lot of sex in it.
Yeah.
And he's watching.
Yeah.
So does that mean before he killed, you know, I think her name was Gib and Trey. Started with a G, I think. Anyways, when they were boning, right? Where the fuck was he hiding? Because he kind of came out of the blue.
He always does.
I know, but was he hiding in the closet just watching them waiting? You gotta think about these things. What are you doing?
What do you think?
Do you think it was because, okay, maybe they need to make, like, I don't know. I just need to know, why the fuck is he just...
Why is he just hiding about before he kills?
Yeah.
While they're having sex?
While they're, like, he's probably watching them having sex. Do you think it's because he had a childlike mind?
Maybe. Does he always wait for them to finish?
Good for him. You know, I give him that. That's actually pretty nice of him, if I'm going to be honest. Well, he doesn't always let them finish.
Not always, right?
Not always. At least he waits for some people.
For the most part.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think Gib finished. I think Trey did, for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of the movies, especially ones that we're talking about today, there's literally a scene in the next movie we're going to talk about where he's staring through the fucking window of two people having sex. And anyways, yeah, moving forward, that's Trey's his first kill, and then it's Trey's best friend. And then the cops were like, yeah, no, the best friend killed Trey and then killed himself. And then in my head, I'm like, how the fuck does the best friend chop off his own fucking head? Tell me how that makes sense. You're stupid. That is the stupidest. Like, I understand not spreading the, you know, word of Freddy Krueger because that's what they thought this was.
Yeah.
Let's be real right now. If someone told me that his head was off the fucking floor, okay, and that he killed himself, I wouldn't believe you for a fucking second. Because how the fuck do you chop off your own head?
You want to find out?
No, idiot.
Are you sure?
Alyssa, It's Jason's birthday. Stop being a fucking downer. But do you understand? Like, if a cop told you,
Yeah, it's definitely
right?
not feasible to cut off your own fucking head.
Yeah, imagine a cop came up to you and were like, yeah, Daisy killed herself because, and with her
Look,
head
here's her
cut off.
head.
Yeah, how'd she do that?
No, you tell me. No.
But you're a terrible fucking cop that you couldn't come up with a better fucking solution.
They're like, oh, we can't let them know Freddy's back, so he killed himself.
Okay, but they did not have to say. First of all, the cop said his name out loud. Stupid as fuck. If
You're
not
already
supposed to-
bringing him back.
I know. And then secondly, you could have easily just said that this was a serial killer. You didn't have to say who. You could have just easily been like, yeah, the fucking head chopper or something.
Head chopper.
Yeah, he chopped off a lot of fucking people's head. He always aimed for the head.
He really did.
It-
It was either the head or like the gut shot.
Yeah.
I like the gut shot.
You do?
Yeah.
I like it when he gets him in the head.
Really?
Yeah, because you could really see. I like when their head splits in half. I think it's kind of funny.
I just like seeing their face when like he goes through their gut, and they're just like. Ugh, ugh.
Or I've also noticed he burns a lot of people. Like he sets them on fire and shit. Like fire is honestly his thing.
Little kink.
A little spicy, a little hot for him. Yeah, but then the movie, kind of goes on, and everybody's freaking out because they're like, "Wow, this is supposed to be Freddy," but it really isn't Freddy. It's this fucking crazy guy named Jason. Then they realize it was both of them. It's a good movie.
It is.
Everything's just on point for me. I thought everything was good. Do you want to?
Wait,
Okay.
I'm sorry. When she had to give him mouth to mouth, and he just shot right up, it was like.
I would never give Jason mouth to mouth.
I couldn't get over. Come on, he's got asthma.
Charlie. Good grief. Yeah, no, would you ever give Jason, like, if you were in that position?
If I was in that position and I had to give him mouth to mouth,
Yeah, because I had asthma. Bitch, I'm taking pictures. That's so
no. You're like, oh, look what this bitch did.
funny. Scrapbook that shit.
This one's going next to this picture. No.
I like how we have the silent eye contact. Do you have anything to close this movie out?
I would love for them to make another one.
Actually, at the end of the movie, I did read that they kept it open
So that they could.
so that they could make a new movie, and they were going to, but there was a lot of differences with how they wanted to do it, so they never made it. But they also did it where Freddy is technically still alive because he's not like a physical being. He's more like supernatural. And that Jason obviously being alive. So they did that on purpose as well, so that both people who favorited Freddy and favorited Jason, that they both felt like they won. But secretly Jason won, right?
Oh yeah,
He chopped off his fucking head. That's definitely...
that's a win in my book.
Yeah, that's like an upper hand in a way. It's like, haha, you don't have a body, you can't fight back. What are you gonna do? Hop in my dreams? I just take you right back out. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways, anything close this movie out?
No.
Okay, next one. So the next one we're doing the remake of Friday the 13th. It came out in 2009. And I think in the movie is also 2009, which I also wanted to talk about. So this is 2 years after Freddy versus Jason, this remake.
Yes. Yeah.
No, like in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was placed Freddy versus...
Because you said they kind of all correlate, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Freddy vs. Jason in the movie, it's 2007. And then Friday the 13th, the remake, came out in 2009. But in the movies, it is also 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 years apart. So this is, like I said before, the remake Friday the 13th came out in 2009. If you haven't watched it, obviously it's like every other Friday the 13th movie. But against the advice of locals and police, Clay scours the eerie woods surrounding Crystal Lake for his sister, where Jason Voorhees waits to use his machete, on those he encounters. So, for me, the ending was super confusing because Jason, like, jumps out.
Doesn't he do that in something else? Or is that the only one he jumps out like that in?
I don't know, to be honest. I think he does it a lot, but I can't be for sure.
It's just like his go-to ending, just like, rah, I'm back.
So my theory, right, is because of the whole thing with Freddie,
Mm-hmm.
that it was almost like a PTSD moment maybe for her, or if it was like because his essence may be still around,
Mm-hmm.
Freddie like hopped in her like dreams while she was sleeping. And then what I didn't like about this movie was Jenna. She was one of the main characters of like, she was like the nice girl of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that she died.
Bro, I literally fucking hated that part.
She was supposed to be a final girl for me.
Yes.
In my book, she's still final girl.
I wanted the three of them to make it out.
Yeah, I feel like Clay and Jenna would have been really good together.
Yeah.
Trauma bonding, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought that would have been they would have done really well together. And maybe more movies to come. But they killed her, which I was so fucking pissy about, because it wasn't even like a kill that she was like a hero kill, you know what I mean? It was just like she fucking died.
Yeah.
I also have one of my favorites in here, Ben Feldman.
I literally, as soon as I started watching the movie, I was like, oh, this is why she likes this one.
I love Ben Feldman.
And then I saw the titties afterwards. I was like, oh, no, wait, this is why she likes this one.
Ben Feldman had the girl with the tits.
Yeah.
So kudos to him enjoying, like, giving me the view of, like, two of my favorite things. Him
Oh my God.
and tits. I thought that was super funny. I loved how she was in the scene. Okay, so Ben Feldman, I don't know the character name.
I don't remember.
Well, they went, okay, so firstly, let me start off. The group of friends, it starts off just like a backstory of the sister that went missing. And it's her and a bunch of some college friends and stuff like that. And the guys had like a thing where they were trying to find this shit ton of weed that was supposed to be there or whatever. And they found it, but then they died.
Can't even enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. And, obviously there's a sex scene. And then obviously Jason is behind a tree fucking watching them, because they do some POVs of where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was so funny in that scene, because she's like, someone's watching us.
Because they thought it was the one dude.
Yeah. Eric? Was it an Eric?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I just
either.
watched it
True.
like not too long ago, and I don't fucking remember.
But she's like, you gotta go out there and tell him to stop. And he's like, I'm not going out there with a fucking boner. He's like, I'm not going out there with a boner. And she's like, well, then you're not gonna get any. And he's like, fuck, I'm going out there with a boner. But I thought that was super funny. The sense of humor, and this was also, I wouldn't say it was as funny as Freddy versus Jason, but I thought it was definitely like on the level of like, that was kind of funny. I did hate the most out of the first scenes that it was just super quick. I know it's like a backstory of it.
Yeah.
But they all kind of died super quick in my books. Like, I don't think a lot of them showed how they died. They just, it cut before you could actually see them die. That's what I mean, that it was kind of too fast. Like,
you didn't get like the satisfaction kill.
Yeah, in the beginning. And I think that is also very important, because I don't think when you're like watching a horror movie, I think the kills has so much to do with like the buildup of how good the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very important to, because it was like, do you know how we did an episode, Driven to Fear?
Mm-hmm.
We did the car one, and they didn't show how the people were dying.
Oh,
the car accident
the
one?
dead end?
Dead end, yeah. You know how they didn't show?
Yeah.
Like, it was like that. It kind of feels like when
you're feeling cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
So that kind of sucked. But after it skipped and it shows Clay searching for his sister, I thought I didn't like the friends.
No, I didn't either.
Of Jenna. I don't know why she was friends with them. She was super sweet.
So was she dating that guy?
I think
or were they
he was trying to hook up.
I was very confused with their dynamic.
Yeah, because he was fucking the other girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like she knew, because she
was like knocking on the door.
That's what I was like, wait, were they not together?
I think it was one of those things where he's just like your typical little fucking fuckboy frat boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, if there's the fuck, he's gonna fuck. I think, because I feel like a lot of, if you think about stereotypical,
Yeah.
you know, you always want to try for, you know, doing things with the smart, pretty girl, but then you have the girl with the really big tits, and you just can't put that down.
My God.
You can't.
I was
You
glad
can't
he
turn that
died.
down. I didn't like that he shot literal the girl he fucked, and then it was like, he got her! We gotta run!
Technically, he did get her, but he didn't have to shoot her.
Not really. I'm pretty sure, because,
I'm pretty sure she was already dead.
no, because
Yeah, because Jason got her.
afterwards,
No, it was before.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
because he had like knocked her onto the door, and there was something that like hit her in the back of the head, and then she was slumped over. And so then when they couldn't.
No, it was him. I'm gonna blame him.
I mean, you could blame him. I blame him too because that was stupid.
Yeah. Oh, but that's the scene I was talking about of him and that booby girl. When they were doing it, Jason was staring at them through the window.
He was.
He was. And nobody saw, which is crazy to
That's
me.
gonna make me paranoid because I'm gonna be like, who's watching me?
I'm gonna be paranoid because, like, what if someone's making money off of me and I'm not getting that money? You know?
Just looking around, where's the camera at?
I can never do anything like that. I have too many identifiable tattoos where people would be like, that's
Yeah.
definitely Daisy.
Yeah, me too. I have a whole leg.
True.
I have a whole snake, 2 snakes on my back.
Not the point. Let's move forward. Cut it. Just kidding. Didn't like the fronts. I did like the kills. I really enjoyed the humor between the stoner and the guy. What did he say? Oh, fuck. I forgot his name. And he's like, why would you stereotype me music? Like, when he was talking about the music,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, why would you stereotype me? You know, what if I was doing, like, what did he say? He used an analogy. Just because I'm black people can't, like, listen to Green Day or something like that. And she was like, oh, okay, so what are you doing? And he's like, rap. Duh. I thought that was so funny. I was just like, why? And her face was just kind of like, that was pointless to speak to you.
I could see that.
Yeah. You tell me about more of this movie, because I feel like I'm talking a lot.
You are good at it though.
I am.
I liked the bell system. What was the bell system for though? Why would they have? Was it so she knew if Jason was coming near, or why was there even a bell system for it to, like, you know, jingle langle underground?
I think he would sleep down there because I don't think he sleeps upstairs. Didn't he have his mom's fucking head hidden in one of, like, things?
I think so.
Because I'm pretty sure they found her head. Maybe that's why he goes for the head so much.
Maybe.
Because her head was chopped off.
That would, a little traumatizing.
Mommy issues.
Aw.
I want just a movie. Is there a movie? Is there a movie of just his mom?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know there is one because I'm pretty sure I watched it.
Yeah, the first one.
Oh my god, I'm this stupid fucking whore. I'm so stupid. I need just a series off of her. I want to know where her trauma started.
When her son died.
But that's not the point.
How is that not the point? That's literally why she went killing people.
Okay, but, like, she had to be in some sort of not right mind. Because I feel like
Would you not be in the right mind?
No! I cut this all out. This is stupid. I don't mean it like that. I mean it in the way, like, because it kind of, I haven't seen the first one in a long time, okay? I never know. But I just feel like why are you yelling? Because I'm so frustrated. It's not even funny anymore. Okay, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Okay?
My pen.
There has to be more to the story because his mom's a fucking bitch when they do, like, when they show that he's, like, talking, like, he's having, like, mommy issues and he hears her voice. Like, she just sounds super degrading. I just want to know her, like, true backstory of why the fuck she's evil other than the whole thing. I think that's just a fucking excuse. Okay, not an excuse because I would kill anybody for my kid if I saw that happen. What else do I have on here? Oh, I have some fun facts. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This movie won a Teen Choice Award.
A Teen Choice Award?
Yeah, in the horror category.
Okay.
Yeah. It was also released February 13th, 2009, which is also a Friday the 13th.
I would hope that they would have done that.
At least once.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. It being the top 2 most watched, it had so many negative reviews, but they did make $92.67 million off of this movie. And a lot of it at first was very negative feedback. A lot of negative feedback. So I thought that was kind of strange for me. Because I like the movie. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say there's some things where I'm like, that's fucking stupid. I hate all of you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. What did you hate about this movie?
I have something written down that I hated.
Yeah?
When they were in the water and
Does that say Ben Feldman is a hottie?
get out of my notes.
That is so funny. Because I agree. You should have started with that. Ben Feldman is a fucking hottie.
Anyway,
Shout out
So-
to you, Ben Feldman.
what if he just listens one day?
Oh my god. Hit me up, bitch.
Anyway, when they were in the water, because he took the boat and the dude was like, "Don't take my boat," but
Oh
he still
my
took the
God.
boat.
With the other girl with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tits.
yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Wait, no, I hated the fact that like as he's going towards her, why wouldn't you move out of the way?
Because she's blonde and stupid and have big tits.
Like, why are you waiting for that shit to come fucking clonk you in the head?
Because she's blonde and has big tits.
That shit pissed me off.
And she's a girl.
I mean, granted, I can't swim, so I might not have been able to swim out of the way in time, but I would have at least tried.
I enjoyed her taking her top off.
I'm sure you did.
I enjoyed her on the back of the boat.
I'm sure you did.
I enjoyed seeing her boobs one last time when he picked her up with his machete.
As soon as I saw that moment, I was like, Daisy's loving this.
I also want to know, where the fuck did he grab a bow and arrow?
Bro, honestly, okay, that's another thing I fucking hated. I didn't like that he wasn't just machete.
But
And
like,
that he ran.
when the fuck did he run?
He ran in the beginning.
Oh, yep. He did.
I hated that he
with
was
Ben
running.
Feldman.
Yeah, I hated that he was running.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Because how the fuck are you not out of breath right now?
Like, you don't look intimidating now. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're walking and you could still catch up to me, you're more intimidating.
I wonder why he didn't know how to swim if he knows how to shoot a bow and arrow. He obviously
How
seems...
does that correlate?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you are obviously coherent enough to shoot a bow and arrow.
I can
But-
shoot a bow and arrow and I can't swim.
No comment. I just feel like, how do you know how to shoot a bow and arrow but you don't know how to swim?
I can't swim. I know how to doggy paddle.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not
a doggy
kidding.
paddle. Just stand up, bitch.
You can't stand up when there's nothing under your feet.
Yes, you can.
How?
Just stay in the fucking 3 feet.
You can't do that when you're too far out.
Well, don't go far out.
I do that at the
You
beach
think-
a lot. I go out too far and then they have to go pull me back in.
Alyssa,
You can ask Bria. That was one time.
why do you do that to
I
yourself?
swam all the way out, and I'm like, oh god, bob my head up and down because I can't float either. So I'm like sinking, going up, and then one of our friends looks and he's like, oh wow, look at how far out she is, and Helena looks at him and goes, yeah, she can't fucking swim.
I like how you said I swam out there, but you didn't swim.
Okay, yeah, I didn't swim because I can't swim. I can doggy paddle. I doggy paddled out there, and then I got tired,
I can't see you.
and I couldn't doggy paddle back, and then I couldn't touch my feet to the ground anymore. So then I'm over here like, no.
Okay, but hear me out, right?
Uh-huh.
Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. He can't swim, but he's walking out of the water with Freddy's head. But then in this movie, he's jumping out of the water getting the chick.
Well, you don't have to swim to jump. He jumps all the way from the bottom, maybe. Like, woo. Like fucking SpongeBob when they, woo.
That shit doesn't make sense. How long were
It's
you
not meant to make
underwater?
sense.
I don't know. I feel like if you know how to shoot a bow and arrow, you know how to fucking work a machete, you're barely breathing underneath a fucking hockey mask. I think,
Bro, that bitch probably hot as fuck under there.
you know, sometimes I think it's kind of stupid because, like, he's like rotting.
Yeah.
Rotten?
Rotten. Huh?
Is that
Rot-
rotting?
Rotting?
Rotting. Rotting. I'm stupid.
I was just gonna let you figure it out.
I knew that didn't make sense. But he's basically rotten underneath the fucking, like, how are you able to just have...
Bro, that shit's just glued on there.
No, not just that, but, like, your skin is literally falling apart. You should not have any muscles. I know it's, like, a whole demon thing, I guess. Not demon per se, but, like, you have something
He's
supernatural.
definitely, like, not fully alive type of shit.
Yeah, for sure. Something supernatural, for fucking sure. But it's kind of like there's 12 movies.
Yes.
12 movies in total.
Yes.
How are you not, like, a running skeleton? Imagine a running skeleton with a fucking machete.
With a hockey mask just barely hanging on. Baggy ass clothes on him.
That's so funny.
Trips and falls.
On his leg.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, no. Now kind of thinking about it, it's not my favorite movie. I like the remakes. Okay, I like the remake. I do. But I just think there's so many unfucking answered questions where I'm just like, yeah, this fucking movie's... No wonder why I got negative reviews. This is stupid. I was going to say something. At least I have Ben Feldman in it. I think that's what made it a 10 out of 10 for me.
I know. I'm not gonna lie, I also liked that Jared Padalecki was in it.
I'm not a fan favorite.
I am. I
I'm
watched
not.
Supernatural growing up.
Okay, so hot take. I did not watch him in Supernatural first. I watched him in Gilmore Girls first, and I thought he was a fucking piece of shit in Gilmore Girls. So I've always seen him as Dean in Gilmore Girls as a piece of shit. So when I first started watching Supernatural, and at first he was kind of super self-righteous, I was like, that's such a fucking Dean thing to do. Dean as in Gilmore Girl Dean.
I know.
And I'm like, I knew I didn't like this bitch. And then I kind of started getting into Supernatural. Like, I'm on season 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love the earlier seasons.
I'm like, okay, he's kind of cool. Like, he's, like, smart. But he's not my fan favorite. And I think when I watched it first, before even watching Supernatural or even watching Gilmore Girls, I don't get it. I'm sorry, girlies.
I get it.
I don't get it. Maybe because I'm me and
Oh,
you know my
yeah.
type.
Yeah, he's not your type.
No. I like him scrawny. This is a hot take. I fucking love Michael Cera.
I know you do.
So, yeah. He's just Jared. Jared is his name?
Jared, yeah.
It's just not my type. He's cute.
Yeah.
He's not, like, ugly. I'm not trying to say he's ugly. Because I have some serious hot takes. I think if I would tell normal people...
Normal people?
Listen, if I were to tell normal people with normal crushes when they say, like that, or when they say, like, fucking the guy who plays Thor... I'm like, oh yeah, I like Michael Cera. I think people would look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Like, what do you mean?
Really?
Why? I'm not gonna say why.
Why?
I'll tell you later. So, yeah. Ben Feldman is pretty fit.
Yeah, why do you like him then?
Because he's hot. Not all of them are hot takes. I just don't like, because I think Jared is kind of pretty scrawny. No, he's fit, but he's not like Thor fit. I don't like Thor fit.
I don't like Thor fit
I like
either.
fat Thor when he got fat. Yeah, I do. I love fat Thor.
That's so funny.
Yeah. The big ass beard, man.
Long ass beard.
Yeah, he looks like a homeless man. I kind of love it. I think it's just the humor that gets me.
Yeah.
Ben Feldman is really funny.
Yeah.
So, I do like the funnier ones. Anything else about the actual fucking movie, not Ben Feldman?
Not Ben Feldman and Jared Padalecki.
I'm gonna be honest, I read, okay, so I see Alyssa's notes, and then it says notes, and then it goes 2009, and her next note, her actual note, right, is just Ben Feldman is a hottie. And that just got me on the whole fucking thing, because I thought that was so fucking funny. Because she agrees with me. And
For
so,
once.
yeah, I know. So I thought that was actually pretty
literally crying.
funny. That's super funny. Let's just talk about our last movie. So the last movie, I have nothing good to say. I fucking hate this movie. I wrote no notes on it. I don't know what year it came out. I don't give a fuck about this movie. And it's Jason Goes to Hell. Okay? Jason Goes to Hell is the stupidest fucking movie I've ever seen in my fucking entire life. This was dumber than fucking dumb. If I could make any sandwich, it'd be a knuckle sandwich, because I get to punch the fucking producers. Okay? Whoever fucking made this movie, dumb as fuck. Call Gordon Ramsay, because they are a fucking Gordon Ramsay. They're the dumbest fucking idiot sandwich. Say it. I'm an idiot sandwich. I hate this movie. I watched it, right? And I think this is the second time I physically watched it. I think the first time I watched it, I was very young and I didn't get it. And I thought, wow, this was kind of scary. But it's like one of those, it was just so fucking stupid. Like, if they had no more ideas and they were like, yeah, let someone eat the heart of Jason. And then they become Jason, but he doesn't look like Jason. He's just possessed by Jason. And then he kills people. That's what it was. They ate his heart. And then he tried. Apparently, there's more Voorhees down the line. And so he's trying to reincarnate himself through a Voorhees, because that's the only way he could be reincarnated alive as his real self. This Jason in this fucking movie is so short. Okay, not even tall. He's short and fucking looks like a chode. Okay? He looks like a chode. And the fighting scenes were terrible, because typically you see this really tall man, okay? No offense to the guy who did this movie, okay? He's probably a really good actor, and he probably could do better than
He probably looks back on this and is like, why did I do this movie?
And no shade on him, but the fighting scenes that he did was literally so terrible. He moved in a way like if he ate so many burgers and he couldn't physically move fast enough. It was like it was like watching the movie in slow fucking motion. And it was so terrible. And then like when he would hit, right? It looked like you could tell it was so fucking fake if someone just like
Wait, was it one of those hits where it's like in your dreams and you can't fully hit someone?
It looks like if I recorded a fake movie and I had to punch you and I had to make it look real, it just looked like right? But then it wasn't as okay, so in the movies when he hit somebody, that bitch goes flying. This guy looked like he fucking was trying to push down a fucking cow. That's how non-fucking... Did you watch it?
No.
Did you rewatch it? I need you to rewatch it, because this show was so fucking...
No.
I wasted so much money on renting this movie. I didn't waste it. It was $30, but that was the worst $30 I've ever spent on anything.
And what'd you rent it on?
Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rented mine on YouTube, which would probably be Google then, wouldn't it?
I guess. I don't know.
Because it's ran through Google. I don't know. All I know is
It was so fucking bad. And then when you see the reflection, like in the mirror of the person he's like possessed of, you could see that it was Jason. But
so it was like person, mirror, Jason.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool, but this movie was so fucking stupid. It wasn't a fucking tongue. Something was trying to get out of his mouth and trying to put into someone else's mouth. And then they had a baby involved too. And he was trying to like get the baby and kill the baby. And I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking movie I've seen in my entire life. That's untrue. I've seen some pretty stupid movies.
I feel. Didn't
Prom
you just
queen.
say last week how you say it a lot that you've seen so many dumb movies?
Yeah, this being one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add that to the list.
Definitely not adding it to any list because I don't need to look or think about it ever again. If I make a list, it's because I want to remember things. This is something I don't
you want to
remember
not to watch it again.
I think it's called PTSD, and I can just look at it and it's just not fucking. I would be like, I remember that. No, thank you.
I have a bad feeling about this one. I think I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was really bad.
And you want me to watch it?
Yeah, you have to suffer the same things as I have to suffer.
Wow. You couldn't just wish better for me?
No. No, it was pretty bad. The acting was very bad.
Wait, have you ever seen Jason X? Was it bad like that, or?
I don't remember Jason X. Is
that's-
that the one in space?
Yeah.
I hate that one.
That's
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
that-
the fucking worst movie too.
That was the one that I watched thinking it was going to be Jason Goes to Hell way back. And it turned out to be Jason X.
Did not like Jason X either because why the fuck is he in space? Why?
I don't know.
How does he even know what space is?
Why would Frozen?
Not just why
So
would
they
you
brought him
upgrade?
there.
But why would you upgrade him basically?
Because they're stupid.
Let's just take that's like
A super strong, already can't die motherfucker and
Listen,
make him stronger.
that's like if they froze Jeffrey Dahmer and gave him like teeth that were razor sharp so he could eat people's fucking hearts. You're upgrading something he's very horny for. Sorry, that was uncalled for. But you know what I mean? I'm trying to like
I get it.
make an image of
I know.
what
Please don't make the image.
I won't. I'll stop my imagery. So much for English. So much for trying to just expand your imagination.
But I have a very vivid imagination.
Obviously not if you don't want me to keep fucking talking imaginary things. Anyways, hated this fucking movie. I did no research on this movie. Dumbest fucking movies. Waste of $3 and some change. There's no reason why someone should eat someone's fucking heart and then they become possessed by them. Disgusting. Okay, why couldn't you just let him come back alive somehow? Someone had to eat his heart.
They were running out of ideas.
Obviously. And it was like not even, it was so fucking weird because I don't even know how the fuck it got to him where he was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this heart. It just started moving and then he takes it and he fucking eats it. What calls you to do that? Other than obvious mommy issues.
He do be having mommy issues.
It was so bad. Worst fucking movie I've ever seen. I'm so glad I didn't write anything for that movie. No notes or anything. The least they could have done is like put someone attractive in it. You know what I mean? Just
They
putting
could
it
have
out
put
there. Ben Feldman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good movie.
You'd have so many good things to say about it then.
If he was like a star, just like he's such a, you know what? Going back to it, thinking about like hotties in horror, Ben Feldman is actually in a lot of horror movies more than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's in,
As above, so below.
and he's in the one the Cloverfield. He's in
This
Friday 13th remake.
Mm-hmm.
He's, I think in a, I don't know. Let me see. Let me look up Ben Feldman. We should just name this Ben Feldman episode.
No.
He's in Mayfair Witches.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Friday the 13th. We already
Mhm.
said that. Cloverfield. I don't
Mhm.
know if this is a horror movie, but it looks like a horror movie. 400 Days. He's in Thumper.
Bumper.
Yeah, the picture looks kind of scary, so I'm going to just say that it's a scary movie. Little Death. I don't know if that's supposed to be. Red Hook. Yeah.
Are you just naming off all the ones that look like they're going to be horror movies?
Yeah.
What if they're not?
Monitor. There's one called Monitor, and it says someone is always watching. Hopefully it's Ben Feldman.
How did this turn into?
the Ben Feldman show?
Yeah.
Who told you? Anyways, yeah, this movie was terrible. Hated it. Let's rate the movies that we talked about, 1 through 3. Obviously, just the way we talked about it.
Mhm.
1, Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
I'd give that a 10 out of 10.
Oh, fuck
Always
yeah.
a good watch. Friday the 13th remake, 2009. I give this a 7 out of 10. I think the only reason why I'm giving it a 7 is because of Ben Feldman.
I give it a 6.5.
Hmm.
Mainly because I just really hate that she died.
Jenna,
Yeah.
I think it would have gotten a higher rating out of me if she didn't die.
I hate that she died. I hate that Jason was running. I hate that he was using more than just the machete.
Yeah, I could give this lower.
Yeah.
I think I give it a 10 out of 10 just for Ben Feldman's performance, and then a good solid. Like, I just give it a 6.
Yeah.
A 6 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not as good as the movie as I rewatched it. So, I remember because when we were talking about movies and I picked it out, I really was like,
You were so hype about it.
I was so hyped about it because I watched it long time ago. So now rewatching it, I'm like, wow, bitch, I'm dumb. Why didn't I think this fucking movie was good?
We need to do an episode where we're talking about movies and it's was it good or were we 12?
Yeah.
This one was definitely we were 12.
Yeah.
Why are 12-year-olds watching titties like that?
Dude, I was watching Kim Possible, watching Shigo, and think, wow, gay awakening. So I can't even tell you anything about fucking just tits being in my face. I remember a lot of times my parents would make me close my eyes, and I'd just do this.
Really?
Yeah. You can't see me right now, but I have my fingers cracked open. Yeah, I think you're right. This is like one of those things where you watch it a long time ago, and you're like, wow. In the moment movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could... In the moment movies, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last but not least, Jason Goes Hell. I give that like a negative 50 out of 0.
Bro, I didn't even watch it. That's how.
Yeah, stupid.
Uh-huh.
Fucking stupid. Okay, so we talked about the movies briefly, a lot about Ben Feldman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ben Feldman. Just kidding.
Yes.
No. So Jason.
Uh-huh.
And the obvious mommy issues he has. Why do you think he has mommy issues? Like, what do you think sparked it? Because if he died and she's went on this spree of killing and, he's brought back, what made him, this is what I was saying before, right? What was she doing to him in order for him to just do as she says when she says it? Because I feel like she's in his head a lot during this time. He's basically obsessed with her. He keeps her head in his house where he lives, I guess. He sticks around Camp Crystal Lake and he kills all these people. He watches people have sex. It's very weird. Where do you think the whole mommy issues kind of just stem from?
I think it's because he didn't have anyone else. No one else wanted to be around him.
Do you think being like mommy's boy though is like a stem from like having mommy issues? Because I
think for him, because there was no way for him to like no one else wanted to be around him, so all he had was her. So I think in that way, yes, because she's the only person he could depend on.
I feel like she treated him like shit.
Probably, but she was still the one that was there for him. It's like a toxic relationship.
Yeah, straight mommy issues.
Yeah.
Do you think there's ever going to be a time where he, like, stops? Another question. Where do you think he fucking puts the bodies? What do you think he eats? Do you think because he's already dead he doesn't eat?
But is he like... Oh, wait, he is dead, yeah. Wait. He died as a kid, right?
So how is he a
why?
grown adult?
Yeah, why is he a grown-ass man?
That's what I'm saying. That's where, like, I'm, like, in the lines of very much confusion.
Did they ever explain that?
That's why I'm confused on why, like, what did she do to get where we're at now?
My brain hurts.
Sorry, let's not talk about it. So I guess we could just close off by saying happy birthday to Jason and
big old
Mr.
79.
Jason Voorhees, Mr. V.
Stop.
I'm not gonna tell you what I just said. Yeah, happy birthday, happy 79th. Happy Friday the 13th to you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck for the day. I don't think it stems from bad luck. I'm just putting that out there. And, you know, happy Machetes and Mommy Issues Day.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Forget. Oh, I guess, yeah. Before we leave, I did want to say that we are posting a video for next week. I am going on vacation for a little bit.
Yes.
Not a little bit, just for a week. So we're going to be posting a Final Destination episode where we're doing episodes 1 through 3. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I thought it was really good. We've definitely got a lot of things to say about the characters involved through 1 through 3 for Final Destination. So go ahead and watch that when that comes out. You know, sorry we can't make something fresh and new for you. I mean, it's fresh and new for you, but something completely that anyways, bye. Okay, say happy birthday on 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, bitches! Fuck yeah! Fucking Jason, fucking mommy issue ass bitch, fucking teenage man.
You know when you do this, I leave all this in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do it.
I love it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.